Shalom, Israel. Greetings to all the family and friends. Today I want to talk about the Torah and the New Testament. And I know it's like I'm beating a dead horse. But I think I'm going to make this my last attempt. So I made this below elementary. Not for you guys, not for the ones on this channel. But I get people coming from somebody else's channel, mainly, well, I prefer not to mention his name. He's cyber stalking me now, spreading my face all over YouTube with lies and accusations. I don't know, this man's got a serious problem. I can remember one entity in the scriptures that prowled about seeking whom he may devour. And does that sound familiar? Anyway, I'm not worried about him. But as people come to my channel and they say, I'm teaching a man-made doctrine and I'm a devil, and probably anything you can think of, he's probably said it about me or his people did. So I guess they think it's upsetting me. It's not. It just makes me see how far off the mark they are. And I feel like that doing this lesson here, I'll feel justified to walk away and not look back, because if you don't get this, then you cannot get it. And that's from Mr. Morning Star. Who was called the Morning Star? Oh yeah, Lucifer. Brother, you might want to consider changing your name. So we're going to talk about the Torah, which is the law, and the New Testament. So let's start with 2 Baruch chapter 15. I'm going to read verse 1 through 6. And the Lord answered and said unto me, You are rightly astonished regarding the departure of man. Now this is the Most High conversing with Baruch. Baruch is having a hard time understanding why the Most High is doing the things that he is. You know, he's tearing some stuff up, and Baruch don't understand why. So Baruch is asking a lot of questions because he's confused. But anyway, but you have not judged well regarding the evils which befall those who sin. And as regards what you have said, that the righteous are carried off, and the impious are prospered. And as regards what you have said, man knows not your judgment. On this account, hear, and I will speak to you, and hearken, and I will cause you to hear my words. Man would not rightly have understood my judgment. Now this is the part I want Mr. Morningstar to get. Man would not rightly have understood my judgment unless he had accepted the law. That's the Torah. And I had instructed him in understanding. Where do we get our understanding? From the Torah. But now, because he transgressed wittingly, yea, just on this ground that he knows about it, he should be tormented. Now, for the misunderstandings of the unknown or the people that are unstudied, let me just explain a little bit about this. I'm going to break down the difference between the Torah and the New Testament, and at the same time, I'm going to prove to you again there is no New Testament. Okay, so Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 31 through 34. The days are coming, declares the Lord, when I will make a new covenant. When I will make a new covenant with the people of Israel. It didn't say all nations, all people. It says, with the people of Israel and with the people of Judah. Now, before I move further past this, let me tell you why he's doing this. You remember when the tribes, when Judah and Israel split up and they became two separate nations? The covenant was when the Most High said, I will bring them back together again as one. That was the reason for that new covenant. And they will be not divided again, but as one. So these New Testament Christians don't have a clue what's going on. And then they come onto my channel and get in my way and just slow down the Most High's work. Y'all gonna be judged for that. When I will make a new covenant with the people of Israel and with the people of Judah. It will not be like the covenant I made with their ancestors when I took them by the hand to lead them out of Egypt, because they broke my covenant. Though I was a husband to them, declares the Lord, this is the covenant I will make with the people of Israel after that time, which means that time has not come yet, declares the Lord. I will put in my law, I will, that's future tense. I will, that's in the future, put my law in their minds and write it on their hearts. And I will be their God, and they will be my people. Now, y'all listen to these future tense words. They will be my people. I will write it on their hearts. I will be their God. All of this is future tense. It ain't happened yet. And I'm going to prove it in just a second. No longer will they teach their neighbor. Are we still teaching the word? Yes, which proves it ain't happened yet. No longer will they teach their neighbor or say to one another, know the Lord, because they will already know me. So is that the case now? No. From the least of them to the greatest, declares the Lord, for I will forgive them their wickedness and will remember their sins no more. Now, let's look at the definition of testament. This right here is going to prove there is no way there could be a New Testament. In biblical use, a covenant is what testament means. It means covenant. All right? The Most High just said he will make a new covenant. He did not say, I made a new covenant. And you will not find nowhere in the Torah that he says, I made a new covenant. Dumbass Christians. Let's go to 2 Baruch 48, chapter 48, verse 22, 24, and 27. In you we have put our trust, because, behold, your Torah is with us. Did he say New Testament? No. He says, behold, your Torah is with us. And we know that we do not fall as long as we keep your statutes. Where do you find the statutes? Not in the New Testament, in the Torah. Verse 24. And that Torah, let me read it again. And that Torah that is among us will help us. Not the New Testament. And that Torah that is among us will help us. And that excellent wisdom which is in us will support us. Verse 27. But my judgment asks for its own, and my Torah demands its right. My Torah demands its right. Let's go a little further. Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. That's you Christians. Because thou hast rejected knowledge. Where is knowledge? It's not in the New Testament. He never said it was. He never claimed it. Y'all just shoving it down his throat. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law. What is the law again? The Torah of thy God. I will also forget thy children. Now, I don't know how many times one would have to do lessons on the same subject over and over. This is so elementary, even my unborn child can get it. And I'm pretty sure Stevie Wonder can see it. What does it take? I'll tell you what it takes. It takes coming out of that blasphemous New Testament and accepting the truth. The Most High did not give you a New Testament. He hasn't given us a new covenant yet. He said he will, not I have. That's the time we will get a new covenant. And it is not about nothing more than bringing Judah and Israel back together again. As we can see today, I have this idiot stalking my channels just so he can get his ratings up. And all he's doing is lying. They started these lies and they have not stopped. So he can't really get his good ratings until he finds somebody to pick on. And y'all know he's got a history of that. He goes and seek out whom he may devour. Sounds like Lucifer to me. So for all of you Christians that don't get the fact that the Torah is not the New Testament and the New Testament is not the Torah. And if you had any damn sense, you would get the hell out of it. Shalom.